Hello everyone. Namaste. How are you all? Are you okay? Good, I hope so. Are you waiting for your English lesson? Good. Eagerly? Right. Okay, we will do our English lesson now. Okay? Today in our class, we will do English lesson of grade 10 English. Okay? So be ready with this. And then today we will do unit 9 of grade 10 English lesson. In unit 9 we will do grammar exercise. Do you like grammar class? Do you like practicing grammar? Yes? Great. Let's do. Okay? Now here in unit 9 there are two grammar lessons. Grammar 1 and grammar 2. In today's lesson, we will cover both grammar lessons. Okay? So, in grammar 1, you will practice or we will practice now past simple and past continuous. And in grammar 2, we will practice past simple, past continuous as well as past perfect. Are you ready for this? Good. Now, for practicing grammar, you may need exercise book, pen and your book. Keep everything ready. Okay? All the students from grade 10 can participate and even the students from other classes can participate in classroom activities and get benefit of it. Okay? If you want to practice grammar, you can come close to me and then practice activities in this class, during this class. We will be together for one period doing our grammar lessons. Be ready for this. All ready? Good. Okay. Without delay, let's start. Let's start with grammar 1. That is on page number 142 of your book. If you have book, you can look at it. Okay, 142. There is grammar 1. Is it? What is there in the beginning? Well, A. In grammar 1, activity A. First activity is find the second part of each sentence. So, first part A, B, C, D, E is given and second part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is given. Now, find the second part of each sentence, then change each verb into the correct form. Now, you can match them, the second part with the second part. Not only that, change each verb into the correct form. Now, write the verbs into the correct tense. Okay. Now, you can match them very easily. Okay. But before you change the verb, let's have short discussion. Okay? Well, look at the picture here. What can you see in the picture? A boy. Yes, school boy. School boy is going to school. Home. Good. He is going home. He is going home. And then what can you see here? Someone is working in the kitchen, maybe preparing to cook something. Okay. Well, now what the boy says here? Well, read it. When I reached home yesterday, my mother was working in the kitchen. Well, he is talking about yesterday. When I reached home yesterday, my mother was working in the kitchen. Now here, what is the event here? What event took place? The boy reached home. And what was happening that time? What was the situation? Mother was working in the kitchen. That is the situation. Here, in this sentence, you can see one event, one situation. Situation is also called circumstance. Okay? Situation, setting, circumstance is there. one circumstance, my mother was working in the kitchen. And what happened at that time? One event happened. That is what? I reached home. So we can say event and circumstance, event and setting or situation. And then here look at the tense used in the sentences. When I reached home yesterday, my mother was working in the kitchen. So for event, what tense do you use? Good. We use simple past or past simple for event. And for a circumstance or situation? Good. Past continuous. Okay. So we use simple past for events, and for circumstance we use past continuous. Good. Okay. Was or were plus verb ing form, isn't it? Great. Well, remember this thing. Okay. When you do the activities, remember this thing. Next sentence, read here. When I called her, she opened the door. When I called her, another event or situation. This is event or circumstance? Event, very good. Another event. She opened the door. This one, event or circumstance? Event. Well, here, when I called her, she opened the door. Here, both are events. So, when you use tense in past appropriately, remember these two things. Here, when I called her, she opened the door. Two events happen in succession, one after the other. Immediately. Second event is the response to first event. In that situation, we use simple past in both situations. Are you clear from here? Great. Well, my example, I can give you another, okay? Another example I can give. Yesterday, I was teaching when a student asked me a question. See? When one student asked me a question, I was teaching. In the same way, you can form your own sentence. When a student asked me a question, asked, simple past, I was teaching. Is it so? I can also say, while I was teaching, a student asked me a question. So, circumstance. And when he asked me a question, I responded to him. Asked me a question, one event, I responded, second event. This way we use past tense, simple past and past continuous. Can you do now? Let's try. Well, let's go to the previous section again. Find the second part of each sentence. This is easy, isn't it? Can you do? Already? Good. Okay, let's check. Well, let's check it. The alarm go. What is the second part? Good. It is while Trishna sleep. This one, isn't it? As soon as the teacher asks the question, second part. Great. That is Brinda reply her. Okay. See, I do in bracket my homework. Second part. Well, when the telephone ring in bracket. Similarly, when the doors open in bracket, second part. Which one is the second part? Everyone please loudly. Great. That is the audience rush in bracket. The audience rush into the stadium. And finally, when we wake. The continuation is we in bracket see the sun shining brightly. Okay, that's easy, isn't it? Now let's try writing these sentences in correct tense. Okay. Now when you match, okay, the second part with the first one, the continuation part, it becomes like this. Is it so? The alarm go while Trishna sleep. As soon as the teacher asks the question, Brinda reply. So here the same continuation part is written next to it, isn't it? Well, you have done it very well. Now the alarm go while Trishna sleep. Which one is event? Which one is circumstance? Alarm go, event or circumstance? Event. Very good. Second part, while Trishna sleep, events or circumstance? Circumstance, situation, setting, isn't it? So how do we write? Everyone please say loudly. Great, excellent. Now that is, the alarm went while Trishna was sleeping. Great, good. In the same way, as soon as the teacher asks the question, event or circumstance? Event. Brinda replied her. Reply, circumstance or? Yes, event. Okay, event. Both are event. How do we write it? As soon as, good, the teacher asked the question, Brinda replied her. Is it so? Great. Next, I do my homework. How do we write? I do my homework. Event or circumstance? Good. And then when the telephone ring? Good. Okay. I do my homework. Circumstance? Telephone ring? Event. Well, how do we write then? Okay. I was doing my homework when the telephone rang. Similarly, D, when the door opened, what is it? Event. The audience rushed into a stadium. Both are event. Is it so? Good. Now, how do we write? Loudly? Good. When the doors opened, the audience rushed into the stadium. Good. See, in the same way, E, when we wake, we see the sun shining brightly. Both event, both circumstance, one event, or what is it? Both event. Okay. Well, when we woke, we saw the sun shining brightly. Now, you have done very well now. Is it? You have done it. Now, let's go to another activity. Okay. You can do it easily now. Well, but before we go to another activity, see them again. Okay. The alarm went while Trishna was sleeping. Here, okay, structure, find out the structure. The alarm went. That is event. Okay. Simple past structure is used, isn't it? Simple past plus while and then past continuous we used. Similarly, next one, as soon as plus what? Simple past, is it? As soon as plus simple past plus past simple or simple past, you can say simple past or past simple, that is same. So, as soon as plus past simple plus past simple. Third, see, I was doing my homework. Past continuous, okay, when and then past simple. Is it so? Now, next, D, when the doors opened, when plus what? Past simple plus past simple. Good. This structure. And finally, when plus past simple plus past simple, same, isn't it? Good. So, this structure can be used. Well, here again you can see these sentences and then write the structure here, and whether they are events or circumstance, you can write them. Okay. Here A is past simple while past continuous, that is past event while circumstance. Similarly, B, as soon as plus past simple plus past simple, that is as soon as plus past event, isn't it? In the same way, C, past continuous and then when again past simple, that is circumstance, wine, past event. Now statement D, here wine plus past simple plus past simple, that is wine, past event, past event. And then again in E the same, isn't it? Wine, past simple, that is wine, past event, past event. So remember here, event and circumstance, identify them and use them correctly. Okay, good. Let's do others. B, activity B, complete the sentences, write the correct form of each verb. Can you do? Okay, that is easy, isn't it? Now let's do. Start with A. When I arrive home, my dad prepares snacks for me. Now event and circumstance, what is it? Arrive, event, and this is circumstance. So now how do we write? When I arrived home, my dad was preparing. Very good. When I arrived home, my dad was preparing snacks for me. Good. B, that day when we leave home. Event or circumstance? Event. So what do we write? Left home. Good. The sky, what is it? B is given. Was. Okay, we can write that day when we left home, the sky was overcast and it was drizzling. So here it was drizzling. So this is situation. It was drizzling when we left home. Is it so? C, last week we book a hotel online. So that is what? Event. Good. Keep writing. The hotel, B, really wonderful. Okay, past adverbial is there, so we use past tense here. The staff stand at the gate to welcome us when we reach. So how do we write? Yes? Great. Last week we booked a hotel online. The hotel was really wonderful. The staff were standing at the gate to welcome us when we reached there. Okay. D, the children sleep. When you reach home that night. So this is question. So how do we write? The children sleep. This is children sleeping. What is it? Circumstance. And then second, when event. Good. But here you should form question. Is it so? The children sleep means children were sleeping or were the children sleeping? Good. Were the children sleeping? Were the children sleeping when you reached home that night? Good. Next, something very strange that happened on my way home yesterday. I walk along the way. Suddenly, I see my grandfather following me, but he had died a year ago. Try it. Good, you can say. Okay, very good. Something very strange happened on my way home yesterday. I was walking along the way. Suddenly, now event. In that situation, what happened? I saw my grandfather following me, but he had died a year ago. Last one. We traveled to Chitwan when the police stopped us on the way. Stopped us is even, and then what is it? Travel. Circumstance. So what do you write? We're traveling. Good. According to them, there was. Good. B is given, so was. A bomb there. So we did have to wait for an hour. We had to wait. Okay. So we were traveling to Chitwan when the police stopped us on the way. According to them, there was a bomb there, so we had to wait for an hour. Good. Okay, now let's go to C. Make sentences using the words given in brackets. Use the correct form of the verbs, simple past or past continuous. That's easy. Is it so? Well, example, the telephone rings several times while I have dinner. Now what do you write? The telephone rang several times while I was having dinner. One event, one circumstance. Is it so? Good. You can identify easily. Now you can do. Let's start with A. It slash begin to snow while we slash return slash home. What do you write? Quickly please. As quickly as possible. Yes? Great. Well, it began to snow while we were returning home. Is it so? So here it is event, this is circumstance. So event is written in simple past, circumstance or situation or setting is written with past continuous. Next, Kamal slash fall up while he slash play on the veranda. What do we write? Fell off, good. While he was playing, good. Good. Kamal fell off while he was playing on the veranda. Next, Amit wait for me when I reach the station. Amit wait for me. Event or circumstance? Circumstance. Okay, so Amit was waiting for me when I reached the station. Is it so? Next, Simran take my photos while I not look at the camera. Taking photo, event. Not looking at the camera, circumstance. Okay. How do we say? Good. Simran took my photos while I was not looking at the camera. Now you can do easily. E. What you do yesterday when I called you? What is it? What were you doing yesterday when I called you? So here, as it is question, you need to write were you doing. Well, F. I break the glass slash while I slash wash it. What is the response to it? What is the correct sentence? I broke the glass while I was washing it. G. The teacher entered the class slash while some students slash dance in the class. What do we write? The teacher entered the class while some students were dancing in the class. I find the last verse while I clean the room. So what do we write? I found the last verse while I was cleaning the room. Finally, Dipisa finished her homework slash while her brother slash watched TV. This is? Yes. Dipisa finished her homework while her brother was watching TV. Okay, you can do very well. Now, come to grammar second. Okay. In grammar second, in addition to simple past or past simple and past continuous, we are going to learn one more thing, that is past perfect tense. Okay. Here, first is complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. Now, you have learned till now that event is written with simple past, circumstances are written with past continuous, and if there is past time adverbial like 2 days ago, yesterday, last year, or any past time, we write simple past. But one more thing you will learn here, that is, well, before structure. Okay, you can see here. Okay. Well, look at the board. The teacher bid goodbye before he left the class. The teacher bid goodbye before he left the class. Two events. Okay. And another, the teacher had left the class before the bell rang. Now analyze these two sentences. Here the teacher bid goodbye before he left the class. Okay. And the teacher had left the class before the bell rang. Here both are events. Bid goodbye. What is it? What tense? Simple past. He left the class. What tense? Simple past. The teacher had left the class. What tense? Past perfect. Before the bell rang. What tense? Simple past. Good. What is the difference? Find here. Bid goodbye before he left the class. Two events are in succession, one after the other. And second event is continuation from first event, reaction to first event, respond to first event. But here second event is not the response to first event. Is it so? The teacher left the class. Why? Because he said goodbye. So this is because of this. This happened. Second event happened because of first. But can you say the bell rang because the teacher had left the class? No. So it is not the continuation of events. So in this situation, okay, if exactly same two events in sequence are not there, if events are not in sequence, we can use had plus verb 3 structure or had plus past participle structure. Okay. Okay, now you can try, but don't forget the previous structures you learned. Now come to the structure again, sorry, activity again. Okay, come to the activity again. Grammar second. A, activity A, complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in bracket. Okay, the children 5 minutes ago. What do you use here? Past. Okay, let's do it individually. Okay, the children 5 minutes ago arrive. What do you use? Either present, past simple, or past continuous, or past perfect. One of them you should use. The children arrived. Very good. Good. Say loudly. Okay, the children arrived 5 minutes ago. B, Ramchandra the ticket before he went to the cinema. Buy. Loudly please. Great. Good. Ramchandra bought the ticket before he went to the cinema. So two events are in sequence. He bought the ticket and went to the cinema. C, Alexander 1/4 of the world before he was 30. Conquer. What do you use here? Remember, whether second activity, second event is continuation of first or not. What do you use here? Good. Had past participle structure. Alexander had conquered 1/4 of the world before he was 30. Next, when she came out of the airport, nobody for her. What do you use? When structure you learned in grammar 1. That is, when she came out of the airport, nobody was waiting for her. Next, I found a 1,000 rupee note in my pants pocket while I it was. While I Was washing. Good. Was washing. That's right. Similarly, somebody at my door while I was taking a rest. While I was taking. So process should be event. So what is it? Knocked. Very good. Someone knocked at my door while I was taking a rest. Next, every year he deduct some money which he spent to buy a new house. What do you use here? Saving the money and buying the house. They are, second is the respond to first one, isn't it? So we use saved. Every year he saved some money which he spent to buy a new house. H. I deduct my breakfast before I went to work. So have is there. So what do you use? I had my breakfast before I went to work. Next, the train deduct before we reached the station. We reaching station 1, train another event, isn't it? They are different, aren't they? So what do you use? The train had left before we reached the station. Okay, this way do others as well. Well, come to activity B, that is complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in the brackets. Okay, now you can do it easily. It's narrating past event, past, write about past activity using either simple past or past continuous or past perfect tense. Well, let's start. Say me immediately, okay, as I read. A young lady enter a shop in Birendranagar, Surkhet. What is it? Entered. Enter. Well, you write enter. She put a few items of food in bag. See, put. Good. She choose a time when not many people be there in the street. So what do you use? Again simple past, simple past. Is it? She wait for the moment when no one else would see her running away. What do you use here? Waited. When the shopkeeper so checked the goods, she gave him 1,000 rupee note. As soon as the shopkeeper opened the box. As soon as the shopkeeper opened, good, the box, she, another event, snatched all the money from it. Meanwhile, she had run out of the shop before the shopkeeper realized. Good. Realized what had happened. Okay. She had run out before he realized. Already that had happened. Okay. Well, now when the shopkeeper checked, what do you write? Checked the amount in the box, he found that the thief, something already happened, had taken only rupees 450. As the thief left, what do you write? Had left a 1,000 rupee note behind. The operation cost only. Past tense of cost itself, isn't it? Okay, this way you can do. Is it? Okay, try even after this class. Okay. Well, you have done it very well. Now you have learned how to use past simple, past continuous and past perfect. Okay. Now here is one story, and before this there are some exercises, activities. You can try repeatedly, and most of all, don't forget how to use events and circumstance. how to use events in succession, how to use events in interval. Okay, so use tenses accordingly. Don't forget it. Okay, keep revising this thing. Now today in our lesson we practice simple past or past simple, past continuous and past perfect in grammar 1 and grammar 2 of unit 9. Okay, well, now you can narrate, you can write about your past activities in past tense. You can remember any day and write about it using simple past, past continuous, okay, in correct tense, and write description in paragraph. Can you do? Great. Please keep practicing. We are at the end of this class, so please don't forget to practice this again. Okay, repeat them. So we will continue other things next time in our next class. So have a good time, have a good study. Thank you very much for your attention. Bye bye.